Prenons l'anglais en contexte.
Traveling across different places.
Voyager dans des endroits différents.
Traveling across different places and working. It might happen that you go through low patches.
Il peut arriver de traverser des périodes creuses.
It might happen that you go through low patches. Tell me about some of the challenges that you faced in your digital nomad journey.
Yeah, I would say the most difficult parts of it is having kind of an environment where you feel focused enough, because sometimes when you're going to a new place, you really don't know how the coffee shops are going to be. Sometimes they allow you to work for a little bit, but not all day. If you do like working from coffee shops, you also have to hope that the internet is going to be working wherever you're staying. Definitely have internet wherever you're staying. You must, as it is vital to your work. And luckily, I didn't have anything that was just a complete train wreck.
Un véritable désastre.
A complete train wreck in terms of the work, but it can be a struggle kind of finding your groove.
Il peut être difficile de trouver son rythme de croisière.
It can be a struggle kind of finding your groove when you're in a country with a completely different time zone.
Un fuseau horaire complètement différent.
With a completely different time zone.
Right.
So, for example, in Spain, it's about, 6 hours ahead. So when I was in the US, how I would work is in bulk.
J'avais l'habitude de travailler en bloc.
How I would work is in bulk, say like 9 to 5. That's how it is. Those are your working hours. Maybe you take a lunch break. And here I work more in different segments throughout the day.
Différents segments tout au long de la journée.
I work more in different segments throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up and do emails, but people over in the US are still sleeping. So I'll do some work upon waking up.
Au réveil.
Upon waking up, I'll schedule emails because I don't want to actually send them to people in the US because I don't want to wake them up. So, and then I might take a break and go to the gym or do some errands.
Faire des courses.
Do some errands, and then I'll start working again. And then hopefully around this time, people are starting to start work in the United States. And then maybe I'll take a break again for dinner, and then I might have to work a little bit again at night, because a lot of the times with calls that I have in the US, it's usually in the nighttime in Spain, in the evening or in the night, because it's still normal working hours over there. So I found that now when I work, instead of working in this specific bulk of time, it's just pockets of work throughout the day.
Wow.
So,
I think one of the main goals that you try to achieve when you become a digital nomad is certainly freedom. The freedom you find in location independence, for instance. And when at a certain point you find yourself having to be working at night, are you still achieving it?
Y parviens-tu vraiment?
Are you still achieving it?
Oh, yeah.
Do you sometimes question that certain freedom?
Remets-tu parfois en question cette certaine liberté?
I adapt very easily, luckily, and
Okay.
I can't, you can't speak for everyone and if they're going to adapt as well, but it's not so bad. The latest would be, at least in Spain, 11 p.m. But if you're in Australia, the hours are vastly different. So I don't know necessarily how to adjust in that setting.
Comment s'adapter dans ce contexte?
I don't know necessarily how to adjust in that setting. But in Spain, it's not so bad, or in Europe, it's not so bad. The way I have it set up now.
De la manière dont j'ai mis les choses en place actuellement.
The way I have it set up now. So no, I feel like I haven't lost motivation. I don't feel left behind. I do think that for me, because I have a public relations business, it is a little harder because I'm not meeting people in person as much in the United States. So do I feel like I am losing more business working and traveling around? Yes, I do. But I still hustle.
Je me démène toujours.
I still hustle and make sure that I keep putting the word out about my skill set, the business that I have.
Pour m'assurer que je continue à faire connaître mon entreprise.
And make sure that I keep putting the word out about, my skill set, the business that I have, that I'm a writer as well. And I'm just constantly pitching myself.
Que j'ai toujours ma place.
I'm just constantly pitching myself. So, because you have to maintain the workflow.
Il faut maintenir le flux de travail.
Because you have to maintain the workflow and the money flow. That's what you got to do.
Right. Do you think it's easier for a digital nomad to just run their own business,
Gérer sa propre entreprise.
Compared to the fact of working for another company? I know we have these types of freelance jobs now, and it's kind of easy to get them, but then practically, do you think it would be more advisable for a digital nomad to think about doing everything on their own, or still being on a remote 9 to 5?
Pros and cons.
Avantages et inconvénients.
So if you are working for a company that is allowing you to live in a different country and be a digital nomad, I would say the perks of that.
Les avantages.
I would say the perks of that would be you don't have to do all of this work to build the business, right? You don't have to worry about maintaining a website or posting on social media if that's an important part of what you would do. And the taxes are a lot easier as well. Much easier. Much easier.
Right.
For me, I always valued freedom in life more than anything else. And this translates into a lot of areas of my life.
Cela se traduit dans de nombreux domaines de ma vie.
This translates into a lot of areas of my life, but definitely work. Because I do like exploring and I like experiencing so many things in life. And I found that as long as I can maintain my small business and the freelance work that I do, it makes me happier. And I would rather put in the extra work and learn about setting up an online presence.
Établir une présence en ligne.
Setting up an online presence, like the websites, etc. All of these things to at least get a small business kickstarted.
Démarrer une petite entreprise.
To at least get a small business kickstarted.
Mm-hmm.
For me, and I also enjoy it. I don't mind it. Some people don't want to do that though. They're like, I just want minimal effort. I want the taxes to be easier, and I don't blame them. So it kind of just depends on your personality. Taxes are a lot harder when you have your own business.
Yeah, that's
and as a
true.
digital nomad too, because every country is different in terms of how they tax and the bracket that you're in.
La tranche dans laquelle vous vous situez, etc.
And the bracket that you're in, etc.
So you pay 100% of your taxes here in Spain, right?
So I've only been in Spain this year, so I haven't started paying taxes yet. And right now I'm in the process of the digital nomad visa. So I have all the paperwork right now.
J'ai tous les documents en main.
I have all the paperwork right now. It's all done. And it took not a full year, but it was kind of this on and off.
L'expression on and off signifie par intermittence.
It was kind of this on and off, I would say 8 months of, getting the papers and things like that. And it takes a lot longer than people think for certain things that you have to collect. And
The Spanish red tape is insane.
La paperasserie espagnole est dingue.
The Spanish red tape is insane.
Oh, I know. I didn't know this, by the way, when I chose Spain. I learned a lot about how stressful the bureaucracy is here. And it's not just for the nomads or the immigrants here. It's for the people who live here too. They're like, yeah, we don't understand half of the things either.
Nous ne comprenons pas non plus grand-chose.
We don't understand half of the things either. So we're all in the same boat about this.
Nous sommes tous sur la même longueur d'onde à ce sujet.
We're all in the same boat about this. But yeah.
Et voilà, pour plus de contenu, abonnez-vous et activez la cloche de notification. À présent, essayez de faire un bref résumé de la conversation dans les commentaires pour évaluer votre compréhension. J'ai conçu un outil de pratique qui vous permettra d'être en contact au quotidien avec la langue anglaise. Vous aurez l'occasion de vous enregistrer, d'écouter votre voix, mais aussi d'obtenir un feedback, des corrections, tantôt au niveau de la grammaire que du vocabulaire, des activités de listening bien structurées et départagées en fonction des niveaux. Tout cela en plus des séances interactives en direct que vous aurez avec moi à travers la pratique de l'oral et l'écoute constante. Vous pourrez réaliser enfin ce rêve longtemps nourri de passer à un niveau supérieur de fluidité en anglais. Je vous laisse tous les détails en description et en commentaire. Let's get into it.